Okay, finalists video. Wow, you made it all the way through this process and you got drafted and you are a finalist at a CodeLaunch showcase event. Congratulations, and let's get ready to get the most out of this. So the first is the hackathon. That's what this is all about. Professional software developers that normally are very expensive, working on your product, competing against other developers to try to make you the winner of CodeLaunch, and you have the ability to launch your product, accelerate your product timeline, raise money, and become Mark Zuckerberg. So that's what we want for you, and that's what we want for us. The hackathon. This works best when one of your teammates is present at the hackathon location. The hackathon location is usually in the venue city, and it's commonly at the Office of Improving, and we'll have all of them there in different parts. Over there in that room is this team. Over there in that room is this team. There's the kitchen, lots of snacks and drinks, and you have a teammate, and the developers are there, and they are working together. Our startup founders that have a dedicated developer who can do this are the most successful. Maybe it's you are bringing in product that's very mature. It's had a year or two work on it. It's complex. This developer can guide the noobs, which are professionals, looking at it, trying to make progress and help them get the most done. It's a key driver of success for CodeLaunch startup finalists. It's 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. local time. So that means if you're flying into the city or driving in, you need to be there the night before, have a good night's sleep, get yourself to the hackathon location, and be there ready to engage and kick off code at 9 a.m. It goes till 9 p.m. That's 12 hours. We do it again the next day, repeat 12 more hours. That's 24 hours, which is really 3 business days worth of work per person. So we do it in 2 days, but it's 3 days worth of work, and it's not easy. So you want to be fresh, you want to be energized, and you want to get a good night's sleep both nights. Another reason we hope that at least one of your people is there and present is because we are going to shoot and capture scenes from the hackathon. And the hackathon video is mostly about your professional Coder League hackathon team that is trying to help you. But it's also about you. And there's a chance you could be in the video in the final edit. There's a chance your face or your quote might not make it. But that content could also make the World Championship, or it could make our social media. It's part of the fun. We will interrupt the process for about 20 minutes for us to capture your team working on your product. So that's the hackathon. That is almost always a Sunday and a Monday. And that is very much on purpose. So when we ask our software development teammates and our professionals to give us this time and help you, we are asking the company that employs them to give up 1 day of business goals. That's the Monday. And we're asking the devs to give up 1 day of their personal time. That's a Sunday. They're both giving up equal things. 1 day of business goals, 1 day of personal time. Neither one is being asked to make all the sacrifice. So that means you want to be there Saturday night or just be ready close enough that you're ready to be there by 9 a.m. Sunday to start the hackathon. If your event is on a Wednesday, which is the day that we shoot for, sometimes they end up other days that can make it weird, but we're going to hope that your event day is Wednesday. That means that on the Tuesday, the hackathon is over, and the event day is the next day. So that night, Tuesday night, you're going to have one of 2 different things happen. You may have an investor's reception where we are going to invite our ticketed investors to come in and meet you and all of your other finalists in a casual happy hour with some snacks, some music, and some small stations where they can find out what you're doing. And it's a way for them to interact with you outside of the big event, because the big event can be noisy and raucous and a little bit more of a party than is conducive to real business conversations. Although they both have their place. And so this gives them a chance in a more chill environment to really dive deeper and not be rushed. And so that's the investor's reception. You may also have a finalists dinner. And if we do a finalist dinner, that's actually where we get you and all your other finalists together. We take you out for dinner. We pick up the tab. We have a nice dinner together. You get to know each other. We tell stories and we strengthen the bond between you as a cohort. So we hope that in 2 and 3 years and 4 years, you have a strong relationship with some of your other finalists and can support each other and have this bond of always being in this particular event's finalist cohort together. And so it's a nice, fun thing for us to do the night before the event that also helps us relax and not worry too much about the event. And final questions are always asked of me. There's one more thing you have to do between the end of the hackathon and the Tuesday night activity. And that is, we require you to make a 30-second video of your product being used. And the purpose of this video is to show the product being used, but it has no audio. So it's just a video of your product doing something amazing. It can be just the secret sauce part. Like, you can leave the login part out of this. No one cares about, here's what it looks like when you type a login and password. Leave that out. Show it doing the thing that is really important for your product to reach its vision and disrupt the market. Show us that one awesome thing. And what you want to do is, what you're going to do on stage is you're going to give your 4-minute pitch with your 8 slides. And our production team that travels with us, they're called Paperlight. They have done this many times. You're going to upload the video to them, the 30-second demo. You're going to say, thank you very much. And now let's show you a video. They're going to know, and they're going to play the video on the screen. And you're going to keep talking. It's not going to have any audio. It's just going to be silent video of showing your product. But you're going to have made it. You're going to know. You're going to say, here is our AI. Let's see. The user types this. Look at that. It just solved the problem exactly as I described. Imagine this being used by millions of people all over the world. Imagine the potential of this as a business. And special thanks to our hackathon team, XYZ. So this is a very important part. We want all of our finalists to mention and thank their hackathon team by team brand name at the conclusion of that demo video. Your event page will have instructions on the format, like the codec, the orientation, the bit depth of your video, and you will have a way to upload that to Paperlight to the production team. That way, when you get to rehearsal on the event day, the production team already has it all loaded up. They have your pitch deck. They have everything set. And when we walk through the process, we're going to do the whole show together there with no audience. And you're going to get familiar with the mics. You're going to get familiar with the process, the backstage. You're going to get familiar with the timer where the judges are going to be. You're going to be familiarized with the look and feel of the stage, the lights of the venue. And you're going to get to practice your pitch. Use the clicker. Not this one. We use a really fancy $650 clicker. Can you imagine that? They make those things for like actual, entertainment events like CodeLaunch. We can't use the $40 Logitech. So, you're going to use the clicker. You're going to get to see everything. And this video is going to play. You're going to get to practice giving your pitch and transitioning to the product demo, and then thanking the hackathon team. We don't tell you how to do that because, once again, it's all about the challenge. We want you to be resourceful. So far, and since we introduced this element about 4 years ago, not a single finalist has ever messed it up. So we're confident that you can do it. You may have to learn how to record an application being used, but you can do it. And, you can even you can enhance the speed. People do that sometimes so they can cover more ground. So the clicks are happening a little faster than maybe a user really would do. I wouldn't make it too fast, or it'll make the audience go, "Oh, what am I looking at?" But a little faster than normal is okay. So I've covered the finalist process, the hackathon logistics, the fact that we hope that you're there and not virtual, and that you have a teammate embedded. The video you have to make, the rehearsal. The rehearsal time is very likely, in almost all cases, going to require you to arrive at 11:30 a.m. at the venue. If there's any confusion about that, it'll be repeated many times at the night before activity. The rehearsal will start. If it's not over by 2 p.m., which it usually is, I will have to leave, and our production crew will continue to run it to the end. Because I have a short window to go get show ready, which means get my CodeLaunch suit on, all that stuff, and come back to the venue. A lot of our startups will come to the venue that day. They'll have taken off the whole three quarters of the day or the whole day. They'll get their exhibits set up when they're not doing their rehearsal. They'll hang around, have lunch down the street, and really just never leave, and just wait for doors to open later that afternoon when the audience gets there. At the event, there's going to be a few hours where you are just staffing your exhibit table, meeting people coming in, talking to you, talking about your startup. And there'll be a point in time when you vacate your exhibit table and come to the backstage. The backstage will have snacks and drinks. There'll be judges back there, sometimes videographers, photographers, the MC, people that are helping to produce and support. It's kind of, obviously, it's fun. There's a lot of fun back there. Our finalists sometimes are a little too stressed out to enjoy the fun of it. That's okay. When the event is over, there'll be lots of pictures on stage. We're going to shoot lots of video of the event. And if you end up with a championship belt, we want you to take part in as much of that as possible, obviously. And then it's party time again until the doors close. Yes, there's usually an after party, so you can look forward to that. Ask me on event day where the after party is. I'll probably know, or you'll just hear about it. So all of our finalists, every single one of you, you are invited to the after party. I hope that you come. A lot of high fives are exchanged at the after party, and connections are made deeper that can last a lifetime or a career. So thank you very much for getting this far through our curriculum videos. That's the last one for now, unless I decide to add another one. Maybe the next one will be how to engage with CodeLaunch a year after CodeLaunch. I don't know. Thank you very much, guys. Look forward to looking at all of your application content, your video, your pitch decks, your live pitch meeting rehearsals that only have 8 slides and only last 4 minutes. And we'll see you soon.